Hey, what's going on everyone? It's Crazy here with another Brawl video. So happy to be here with you guys, and in today's video I'm going to be giving you guys some tips and tricks on how to use Gene. And so let's get started. So the basic thing you need to know about Gene is that he's a mythic brawler. So the tier ranking for Gene is that he's an S tier in Gem Grab, in Showdown, and in Heist he's an A tier brawler. In Brawl Ball he's an A plus tier brawler. In Bounty he's an A tier brawler. Robo Rumble B, but nobody will use him in Robo Rumble because of that max time. There's a specific team comp. I'll make a video about it when Robo Rumble comes into rotation. In Boss Fight he's a B tier. Nobody will use him in boss fight as well. And in big game and siege he's an S tier. In siege he's an S tier because he can pull enemies in the Ike's range, allowing to deal massive damage on the enemy brawlers. So let's get further into it. So Gene's normal attack is a smoke blast. Gene shoots a solid ball of magical smoke from his lamp. If the lamp doesn't hit a target, it splits up and spreads the damage in a cone like a Frank's attack. And his super is a magical hand which he launches from his lamp. If the hand hits an enemy, they get pulled back to Gene's location. This attack can pass through walls, allowing him to deal massive damage. Let's say an opponent is hiding behind a wall with most of the bounty or all of the gems in Gem Grab. Gene can really come in handy and pull them all towards him. So let's talk about Gem Grab a little bit. So use grasses to harass your enemies. It means that try to gain cover in the bush and use the grass to stay hidden while you harass enemies. Since his attack spreads wide over an area, you will be able to charge up your super to pull back enemies to your sides. Granted, do not pull a Bull or a Shelly or a Primo towards you, or a Rosa, because they will annihilate you. Never pull an enemy brawler with their super towards you, because it's basically a suicide. Focus on non-tank enemies like a Colt or a Rico or a low health brawler. Anything that is not a tank you can pull towards you and just harass them a little bit. Get in their mind and let them know that you are the one running the game here. Like as you can see, I harassed the Dynamite. I had the BB here to help me. We took out that combination of Piper and Dynamite. I was going to pull that Dynamite, but BB hit him out of the range, allowing him to just escape, and that Frank is hiding inside all those bushes. But now, focus on non-tank enemies. Pulling enemies is a great way to pick up opponents since you'll be able to burst them down. Try to aim for non-tank enemies with a lot of gems to instantly gain gems for your teams, and make sure you're not an idiot Primo who is jumping into the enemy spawn. Okay, so now let's talk about Showdown. So he's not going to be a great tier in solo Showdown, but granted in duo Showdown he's going to rock, or he's going to do wonders because you will have a teammate by your side. So he's ideal in a duo game mode. Gene's skill set makes him an ideal brawler to use in duos. Having Gene as a part of a team will help you sustain due to his star power, if you have that, and dismantle enemy teams using his super. If you time it correctly, Gene can basically disrupt many supers like a Frank super or a Colt super or a Brock super. Most of the supers he can interrupt, and it comes really in handy. So like you Gem Grab, aim for non-tanky enemies. It is very useful in late game situations when enemies are hiding behind cover. Since his super can pass through walls, you can snatch a non-tanky enemy from cover to eliminate them, gain a few power points from them. And do not be scared of using Gene super. Try your best to keep using Gene super as many times as possible. Sometimes you may think that you have to be really predictable while using Gene super. That is granted, but do not be scared while using his super. Granted you will miss many a times, but that's how you are gonna be better at using Gene. Now in Heist, I know a lot of people will not play Gene in Heist, but this is just some general tips that you need to understand. So drag enemies away from safe. Gene's super can help him reposition enemies that are getting too close for comfort to the safe. You can buy your team precious time by pulling an enemy to a wall area right before they get close to the safe. provides suppressive fire while rushing enemies safe. Jean's regular attack can spread over a wide area. After traveling a certain distance, you can use it to deter enemies coming from coming close when you and your teams are rushing the safe, providing safe passage to the objective. I don't know what that means. Now in Bounty, as you can see, in Bounty we are rocking. Granted, we lost a match, but they had a really good team comp, and our Piper, she was AFK some of the times. I don't know if she was lagging or what. So now in Bounty, you need to play very defensively until you have your super. Make sure you're out of the range and use that spread shot to advantage. Gain as much damage as possible and try to charge up your super as soon as possible. So your super will play a big part in securing the win for your team. Focus on hitting enemies to harass them. When your super is ready, you can pull in a brawler with a lot of stars. So as always, focus on non-tankier enemies. Yes, I pulled the Pam, but I had my help from my teammates like BB and Mortis. They both can dish out a lot of damage. Pull enemies away from your teammates. So let's say if one of your friendly teammates is getting harassed, obviously it's going to be a friendly teammate. So let's say if he's getting harassed from two of the brawlers, make sure you pull them towards you so that they have a chance to escape or regain health. It's always handy to just keep an eye on each and every single one of your teammates. Now let's talk a little bit about Brawl. So Brawl, he can disrupt players by using his super. So let's see, if an enemy brawler has the ball in their possession, Jean can pull the enemy towards them, leaving the ball unattended, and your teammates will snatch the ball. But I had never played Jean in Brawl so far. I think I'll try that in one of my videos. So your super will be able to disrupt our players by pulling ball handlers near you. When pulled, you can burst them down and steal the ball for your possession, or you can just deal a massive amount of damage. Avoid pulling enemy tanks. You never ever want to pull an enemy tank towards you. It's basically suicide, because not always you will have a teammate by your side to make you safe. Pulling enemy tanks is not so useful since you won't be able to burst them down. They can also clear out your entire team, creating a path to the goal for the enemy. Focus on pulling non-tankier players. Like in Brawl, the team comps that you'll see mostly run are Cold or Terra or many other brawlers. Always focus on pulling non-tankier enemies. So these are just some general tips and tricks for Jean that you can use him in gem grab, showdown, heist, bounty, brawl. I highly recommend you to not play Jean in Robo Rumble or boss fight or big game, because those events, granted they are ticketed events, but Robo Rumble you have to get that max time so you can get that 30 tokens. So you need a perfect team comp, and that is, I think, a Bull, a Jesse, and a Pam with their star power. That's insane, and you need to have a perfect coordination with your teammates. So those are all the tips and tricks, and yeah, that's it. Alrighty everyone, that's it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel. We are almost there, guys. 100 subscriber, we are almost there. Make sure you subscribe and help me reach that 100 subscriber mark. Click that notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Keep smiling, keep brawling, and thanks for watching everyone. See ya.
Stop.